Good morning and welcome to day 3 of our teacher poster project. In this video, we're going to talk about creating cohesion in your poster. I'm going to give a little review and feedback of your work, and then I'm going to briefly talk about creating contrast, color inversion, and then specifically how to write the teacher's name. So when we're talking about cohesion, what does that word even mean? It's defined as the action or fact of forming a united whole. A united whole. So what do I mean by that? Well, when we look at this image with Mr. Sprinkle, we see lots of different layers, right? We see Donald Trump, Bernie Sanders, protesters, the American flag on the right-hand side, along with the school logo, the outline of the state, and Karl Marx in the background. Not to mention his portrait and the text. There's a lot going on, and yet, they all kind of work together, don't they? It doesn't seem like these different layers were randomly thrown in here. I gave a lot of thought about the relationship between each layer, so it seems like maybe these individuals are interacting above the fray that's sort of wrapped with the flag. Um, we're gonna sort of strive for that, and it takes a lot of work. So let's take a quick gander at what you guys submitted yesterday. In period 4, 12 students submitted it, 19 did not. Period 5, I got 29 submitted, 4 did not. And I know there was issues with the internet. You guys make sure you bring a flash drive to class. That way we can save your work when the internet is slow as it was yesterday. So here we have a good start. I like the background gradient. Although you're definitely going to want to make sure that your logo is less close to the edge of the perimeter. Um, I like the color scheme, although I want the radial to be dragged out so that the lighter on the interior is much bigger. Likewise, we don't want to do red on red on red. We're going to find a contrasting color. I'm not sure who did this. We're going to want a more traditional look for this poster. So Mr. Coughlin is sort of sitting up straight. This is a really great start. I like the background. There seems to be some cohesion. We're going to continue working on that. Uh, so far, I recognize this is a draft. We're going to want to make sure that we've got the gradient and the logo. This is a good start, although I think we can add some more cohesion. I don't even what is this? I don't know what's happening there. I really like the relationship between the capoeira guy and the logo. Great color scheme. Likewise, this is a cool color scheme too. It's a little bit unorthodox, but I like where you're taking it. We're going to come back to this one because I think this has lots of potential. Love the color scheme. And Matthias did this one, and what he did that I love is he created contrast with the name and a little bit of color inversion. We'll talk about that later. All right, a little dark, a little scary. You're going to want to make Miss Fabricant much bigger. This looks good. This visual, it's kind of weird. Those little lights in the body are kind of throwing me off. I think we can find greater cohesion. Good start. We're going to use the radial gradient and not the linear, and I think we can do a lot more with this. A lot of work to do. Weird. And that's it for period 4. Let's take a look at period 5. A lot of blue in this one. I'm wondering if we can create greater contrast using the color scheme designer. This is a good start. The University of Haven in the top, we can give that maybe a layer style so it jumps out a little bit more. Good start. Love the color scheme. This is a great color scheme. Like the visuals, there's a lot that we can do. Good start. This one, you guys bring the logo, the NYC Lab logo, a little bit further away from the edge. This is a really nice start. I don't even know who did this. I can't wait to see the direction that you're going to take it. Pretty sure Kitty's doing this one. Nice job. Love the logo, the blue from Ruthie's shirt looks great. Nice job, Lizzie. Good start. Although, you know what? The brown in this logo, I'm not sure fits with the entire composition, but that looks good so far. This is a great start. We're going to come back to it in a minute. Love it. Looks great. Great start. Nice contrast of colors. This is an excellent color scheme, whomever's doing this. Looks good. Looks great. Looks great. This is very amusing. Uh, we're just starting. I think May is doing this one. This is exceptionally beautiful. I like the color balance, the color scheme. A lot of work, a lot of work. Um, I like each individual frame, but there's not a whole lot of cohesion. I like the color scheme, but we want to make sure that all of the individual layers are working together. Okay, good. Like where it's going. Good start. I really like the visuals in here. Not bad, not bad. Um, and again, we're going to be working for cohesion. All right, so a few things real quick. Um, when we've got a really light logo, as some of you do, and sort of a darker background, my recommendation, my suggestion to you is to sort of, rather than changing the colors, let's get rid of the light in the text. So what I'm going to do is use the magic wand with contiguous unchecked, and I'm going to press delete, and all of a sudden this logo looks a little bit different, but it also pops a little bit more. Likewise for here, I'm going to select the white. Great. I'm going to press delete, and I think this is far stronger. The purple makes a little bit more sense. Also, right now, I'm not in love with this specific visual. We can enhance it similarly by using the Move tool, selecting the layer, magic wand, contiguous unchecked, delete. And that looks pretty cool. Next, what we can do is add a layer style by going to layer, layer style. Let's give it a little bit of an outer glow. And we've got lots of colors we can choose from. You guys are going to be smart with your color. Let's say hypothetically we do yellow, because yellow contrasts well with purple. And we can boost this up a little bit. That looks not the best, but I think we can sort of experiment with that a little bit more. Okay, so now let's talk about names. So here, when we're writing our names, you're going to have the teacher's name, and then beneath it, the subject they teach, inverted color. So here we have light on blue, we have tan on blue, and then we have blue on tan. Similarly with Mr. Sprinkle, we have dark on light, light on dark. In this case, green on white, white on green. How are we going to make that work? So let's say, for example, we're doing Mr. Work, right? I'm going to select his name. We want his name to be much bigger than it is. So I'm going to make it about this size right here. Thanks, by the way, for sending me your PSDs. That makes this possible. I'm going to shift Mr. Work over because we're going to be following the rule of thirds, right? That makes sense, right? I'm going to make him a little bit bigger. He's the hero. And let's say that looks good right there. Okay, so we know that he teaches, you know that he teaches history. I'm pretty sure he teaches history, right? Press check. I'm going to write history underneath. All right, so what are we doing now? Let's say the color scheme is sort of brown and white. What we can do is I'm going to click. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to make his name brown, and let's give it sort of like this color right here. Great. And then what we're going to do underneath that is use the rectangular marquee. We're going to create a new layer. We're going to go from the edge of the page over a little bit like this, and using the paint bucket, we're going to do, no, not that. Instead, we're going to do, all right, bam. And it's going to look a little something like this. And if we wanted to create even a little bit more contrast, what we could do is use on his name, we can go to layer, layer style, and then do stroke, and change it to white. So all of a sudden, that looks pretty good. We're going to be applying that technique, light on dark, dark on light, using the rectangular marquee for all of the teachers, and it's going to be sort of on their torso. I can't wait to see your work. Let me know if you have any questions.